Welcome to Appalachian Hunts and Haints. I'm Michael,
I'm Missy.
and this is episode 3.
3, yep.
And today we're going to talk about our experience at a paranormal investigation at Coleman Cemetery in Rutherford County, Tennessee, with Mark Walsh of the Ghosts of Tennessee. Mark's been involved in the paranormal investigation for he and his wife for 39 years. You can find him on Facebook. You can find Ghosts of Tennessee on Facebook. And we went to Spooky's Pizza in Murfreesboro at 5995 Lebanon Road. And do you want to talk about Spooky's Pizza?
I can. So Spooky's was actually originally in War Trace, and it was in the hotel, and this is what the owner told me. It was in the hotel, the Walking Horse Inn, right?
Walking Horse Hotel.
That was supposed to be haunted. He says it's definitely haunted, and he even actually wrote a show about it.
Yeah.
Something like Living Spirits.
Yeah. Living Spirits, I believe it
Living
was.
Spirit. That sounds right. But he has a pizza and deli and burgers and sandwiches, and everything is just really, really awesome. The menu items. I know I had the Cannibal Lecter. What'd you have?
I had the Petrified
Yep.
burger.
And on the Cannibal Lecter, it was an amazing, delicious burger. It had sauteed onions and other toppings that you could put on it. Of course, I have this really very bizarre love for onions, so they substituted out with raw onions for me. But it is, it's all Halloween themed, it's all horror themed, it's got, just murals on the walls, and you guys will be able to see a shot. I took a shot of the bathroom, very clean, okay, so...
Missy has a thing for bathrooms.
I do.
Has a thing for public bathrooms.
I cannot stand a dirty bathroom. I have some kind of... It's definitely a phobia.
Of public bathrooms.
But it was very clean, and the whole restaurant was just sparkling. Yeah.
And they have horror themed burgers. They have a burger called the Slash Burger, the Spooky Burger, the Wrong Turn, Roadkill. Their wings are called Demon Wings. We did get a pepperoni pizza.
Yeah.
They also have specialty pizzas, also horror themed. They also have gluten-free and vegan options if you choose to go that route. It was very good, very delicious. Hoping to go back and try their wings because I love wings. I try to eat wings everywhere I go, but I couldn't get wings, pizza, and a burger. That was a bit much.
We'll share their menu on our Facebook page.
Yes, we will. Okay, so, and that is Spooky's Pizza, owned by Joe Peters. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, so I'm going to mention Joe Peters. Also, for those out there interested in an investment, he's looking to franchise. So, if anyone out there wants to franchise a Spooky's Pizza, go see Joe and talk to him about it.
Wait, what are you drinking?
I am drinking mead, my own home brew. Mm-hmm. This is cherry flavored mead. So what are you drinking?
Same thing you're drinking.
Are you?
It is really, really good. I love red wines. I love sweet red wines. I love muscadines. This is definitely up the alley. I get migraine, so I can't do a lot of malt. So I do steer away from beer, but this is really good. It does not trigger a migraine. It tastes like a mixture of almost kind of like almost like a wine cooler and a really nice red wine. A really nice
I did make
sweet
it
red
out of
wine.
I did make it out of tart cherry.
Yeah.
So it's not supposed to be technically sweet.
No, but you put
It's supposed
sugar
to
in
be
it
tart.
for me.
I did put some
You
sugar in it to
sweetened
sweeten it
for
up a little
me.
bit. But I had to ask what you were drinking because I noticed it's in a glass, not in a bottle. Not in its bottle like
Boy, I ain't slowing
How it
it
comes.
today. I ain't gonna be down in my 40 or
I'm not
nothing.
drinking it. 20. It's only 20. It's only a 20 ounce.
Yeah.
I do have bigger bottles. I do have bigger
look
bottles.
Okay, well,
You want to look sophisticated?
tell you, I'll get my shine. I'll stick it up on my elbow, and yeah. Yeah, I want to look sophisticated with my really great. I can't remember what pattern this is.
Black leaf.
I think
black,
it's
I think it's a black leaf pattern. It's
Right.
the one of the glasses we bought at an estate sale,
Yeah.
1950s style. I think it was.
I do. We also have love for antiques.
Yeah, it's
so,
supposed to be on the bus. I don't know how it got here.
I don't know.
We went to Coleman Cemetery in Rutherford County with Mark Walsh, who runs an organization called Ghosts of Tennessee. He's on Facebook. Look him up. The experience was we wanted to film an actual paranormal investigation. I personally have never been to one. Have you?
Oh yeah, I
been,
was. I was part of a paranormal investigation team back in 2006-ish, 7-ish.
Oh, see? Learn something new every day.
Yeah. Oh, technology has advanced. Leaps
I can
and
imagine
bounds by
since
then.
2006, 2007.
Yeah. Well,
So-
and I wanted to do an interview with them beforehand, but by the time we had gotten there, people were starting to come
Yeah.
in. So you can join his paranormal investigation. You
Mm-hmm.
can buy tickets, and everybody kind of meets up, and he debriefs. And what you're going to know, not debriefs, he gives the rundown of what to expect, what to look for, things like that. And he had already started giving the speech by the time I got the camera equipment out of the car and everything, so I didn't, want to interrupt, and he was fully involved. This guy is, I can't really even say enough about him. He is just so informed and just a plethora of knowledge. He's got all these experience. He knows everything about everything, and he doesn't just follow ghosts. He loves the cryptids, the other folk tales, the UFOs. He can tell you exactly how many Bigfoot sightings there's been in Tennessee in the past year, how many UFO sightings there's been in the past year. So those are other things that he wants to get delved in, and I feel very confident that we're going to be partnering up with him very soon on some of those
Yes, we
things.
absolutely are.
Yeah.
So let's talk about his equipment real quick, because I do want to talk about your experience at the cemetery. So
Really?
I'm giving you a little heads up. So be prepared. Yeah,
I've worked
The
late.
people want to know.
You're supposed to
worked
tell
late?
me about things. Well, no, I was at the board
didn't
meeting.
work
but
late.
No, I worked late.
Okay.
And then I had to go straight to the board meeting. So.
I traveled today. I drove 6 hours today.
Okay, that's true. All right.
I drove 3 hours, 6 hours to
okay.
spend 1 hour at a manufacturing
Not even a text.
facility.
Hey, Missy, I'm going to make you talk. Okay.
I drove 6 hours to spend 1 hour at at a manufacturing facility today. But it's okay.
I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it.
Yeah. So he used equipment. He used a digital thermometer. He used a digital recorder. Something called a REM pod, and he used a digital camera with night vision. And that's the equipment he had. That's the equipment he worked with. And I just scratched my eye, and I cut a jalapeno earlier. So, like hours ago, I cut a jalapeno.
Do we need to cut?
No, let's not
Okay,
cut.
all
Let's leave that in. The people want real. You know what I mean? The people want
We're
real.
going to be watching you on the 5 o'clock news.
Go-
Look at that Joker going blind, man.
Going blind right on camera. So, Mark, like she said, is a plethora of knowledge. He's got a lot of information, and we are going to, hopefully, he even mentioned that he's gone on Bigfoot hunts.
Yes.
Maybe we'll go on a Bigfoot hunt with him at some point.
Yep. And his wife, I
and
really
his
can't
wife,
wait to meet
who
his
was,
wife. Sounds so interesting.
Not a medium, but a sensitive, I think he
Yes.
called her.
Yes.
She's a sensitive. So we definitely want to get him on the show more often. So Missy has informed me that night that we will never, ever go back to that cemetery again. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. I think she used like 5 evers. Something like that. Ever, 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 ever. So, Missy, Tell us why you don't want to go back. Now, wait a minute. First, now what I do know from my own experience is we got out of the car and I heard from you, I heard you go, oh, just a heavy, dreadful sigh that you made.
I just, I got out, and so the first thing I saw was the little girl, and I told you about her a little bit later. Okay. And anybody that's ever seen anything out of the corner of your eye, or, anything that you would, be suspect of, you just kind of say, okay, well, was it real? Is it just residual? And you just kind of, go about your day. Again, my whole family, we've grown up with this, and I saw the little girl, and she had ran between the cars. And, my first reaction, is that real? Who else is letting, their kids play out in the cemetery, except for us, because our grandkids play in the cemetery. You guys have seen that. But, and then I didn't see her again. I was like, okay, so residual, not a big deal. Didn't feel, it didn't feel bad. It didn't feel like I had malintentions or anything. And I just felt very heavy and very nauseous. At times my chest was, racing, and I was wearing a choker, and I could feel it pushing, my heart was pounding so hard that it was pushing around the choker, and I felt that. It wasn't a great place.
Oh, remember when the people showed up to visit, and there's like 2 vehicles of people showed up to visit the grave, and then
I thought they were leaving.
And then they left.
Yeah.
And you said,
they're just gonna leave those people.
Why did they leave those 2 people here? And we spent about 10 minutes going back and forth on you insisting there were 2 old people standing at a gravesite on the other side of the cemetery, and I insisted there was no one there.
Yeah, and
there was no one there.
There was a car that had pulled up, and at this time it's getting dusk, and there was a car that pulled up, and 2 cars that pulled up, and people were getting out, and they were just looking at graves and whatnot, and I saw some of the people were roaming around, and there was an older couple that was roaming around, and they were together, and they were just looking down at graves, and you see old people at graveyards all the time, so I didn't think nothing about it. And when everybody, I guess their people decided they were gonna load up and leave, I was thinking, well, they're about to leave that old couple over there. So I kept watching to see if they were going to leave them. Of course, I didn't see the old people anymore, and it was getting dusk. So I took the camera, and I was, I tried to turn on the night vision to see if I could see them, and they weren't there. But my first thought was, where are they leaving them? They're way over there, and all the other people, did they forget them? Should never treat old people like that.
Should never
We're
leave.
old.
Should
I don't
never,
want people to do that.
Should never just randomly leave old people in the cemetery.
No. I came home and saged the house twice.
Yes.
Because I don't want to bring no shit home with me. That's my biggest fear about I've told you, that's my biggest fear about, going to some of these locations. I just don't want to bring anything home. So we're going to be keeping sage in the car and sage in the house. And
luckily, the next episode doesn't involve ghosts.
It does not. So
that's our show. Now on to the cemetery. The Spooky's Pizza and the Coleman Cemetery footage for you to see and enjoy. And that's it. Yeah. So enjoy the show.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Thanks, guys. We are at Spooky's. I've been wanting to try this place forever. Okay, so we are inside Spooky's. This is so tasteful. This is so cool. It's so incredibly clean. Anybody that knows me, I have issues with public bathrooms. This thing is so clean. But this is a fun place to work, isn't it? Well, most days, I'd imagine.
Disembodied voices. And this main area, people think that there's like portals. But we witnessed so much out here that this is the most active area. Between the trees here, we set up our equipment. We set up the motion sensors. We set up the REM pods and EMF and all that. But what would you say last time? It was mainly like right here and over there.
It was mainly right here and down
You
where
guys
the cars
walked,
are.
you walked a little bit. One time we were,
Yeah, that tree right there.
Yeah,
yeah.
but the shadow was right there.
yeah, one time we were out here a while back, and we were sitting over here, and we saw the shadows over there. But right between those two trees on the other side, close to that building, looked like a campfire. It looked like a campfire was lit. You know, flames this high and everything. And then when we start walking towards it, it just completely disappeared and was gone. And then sometimes you'll hear disembodied, like, you'll hear this walking out here. If you're like walking by yourself or whatever.
Yeah.
Over here's where I found my can.
Oh!
Yeah, is that what it is?
And one time, I had my drink and I left my can out there and I forgot it. And we're all sitting over here. Well, you heard it. It sounded
I was
like
the only one that heard it. Like, we had taken a 15-minute break so that way we could stop and go up to the Dollar General or go bathroom. I stayed here because I wasn't feeling it and I wanted to stick around and see if I could hear something for myself. And I heard what sounded like someone stepping on a can out there by where we were before. And I decided to go check it out because there were two people over there. They wouldn't have done it. They were the only ones out there. I went to go find whatever had made the noise, and there was a yellow Kickstart can with like a dent in it.
Yeah, there was a dent in it.
And
She brought it up and she goes, "Is your can?" I'm like, "Oh man, I forgot I left it out there." And there was a dent in it. And there wasn't anybody over there.
No, the other
I didn't
two
even hear it
ladies
get,
living
I
in.
didn't hear it get stepped on or whatever, you know. I just heard it.
Everybody else was in their car.
Yeah, we were
and I
like
was the only one
warming
that
up because it
paying
was
attention.
It was
cold.
cold. that
It was
day.
cold.
So we were jumping in the car trying to get warmed up.
Every
real
30
quick.
minutes or whatever, yeah, it was really cold. But like I said,
I'm the one that stayed out of the car.
we get a lot of activity out here. Anything from, I would say the shadows are more prominent out here. We see them all the time. They won't come close. They don't come close at all, but they're quick. I think I seen 3 or 4 one time out here. Just kind of shimmered, and then they stood for about 2 or 3 seconds, and then, you know, it was weird. It's kind of like the headstones out here. They just kind of like grabbed the headstone and kind of went over, just, you know, disappeared into the ground. That, disembodied voices, footsteps. We were sitting here one night, and when Craig was with us, and we're just sitting here talking, and about right over here, we were talking. Someone was talking about something, and then you hear a disembodied voice. Where's she at? It was about that loud. It said, "Where is she at?" I'm like, "Did you ever say anything? No. Did you just hear that?" I mean, it was clear, and of course, my recorder wasn't running. That's why you always keep your recorder running. You always can, and you know. But like I said, so basically, we just start out here. We start with the one at what's that?
Oh, mine did. Ghostbox.
Yeah, you start with that. All set up. The EMF, MRM pod. See, people think that it has to be dark and gloomy. It doesn't. Paranormal activity happens all the time. All the time. Even at the battlefield, I've gone probably just as many times during the day that I have at night. Well, you guys know, you know, and the activity that we get. So let's go ahead. We can start over here. Who are we talking to? Who's here with us?
Is how it'll be.
Or Coleman Cemetery. Oh, he's here. Is there anybody here who would like to speak with us? Who am I speaking to? What's your name? Timmy, how many people are here with you?
Sir. All.
Who's here? Cross the roads. If the answer is no, don't cross them. All right. Do you understand what we're doing? All right, you do. All right. Thank you. Is there someone here you'd like to talk to? Cross the roads for yes. Not too enthusiastic. All right. Can you point the rods to the person you want to talk to? Pointing at you. I'm sorry, Missy, right?
Yes.
All right. Do you want to talk to Missy? Wow, they're pulling strong. Oh, thank you. Okay. Do you have a message for Missy? Wow. Are you a family member? What's your question? Do you have a question?
asking questions?
You want us to keep asking questions? Do you want to talk to us? Wow, that's pulling really strong. Holy cow. All right. Do you want Missy to talk to you?
Camera.
Wow.
Do you want me to hold it?
Yep.
Do I know who you are? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, hold your horses. All right.
Are you someone that died recently or a long time ago? Are you someone that died recently? Are you someone that died a long time ago?
Wow. This one's pulling really strong. I can feel it.
Whatever you just asked is major. Okay. Are you female?
Why is it?
Why is what?
Yeah, this is the right one's pulling really strong.
Were you alive in my lifetime? I went fast.
Yeah. You could feel it.
I
too.
can see it.
Did we establish male or female?
Female.
Okay.
That was alive during her lifetime.
You sure? It works.
Did a female? Did they say they? Female that was alive during her lifetime.
Helicopter.
Helicopter.
Banana.
13 code.
So you're a female. Are you my mom?
Wow. Look at that.
Little man.
Where's my mom at?
Percy. You know what?
You can ask her to give you a hug. You take the dowsing rods,
Why do they
put
speak?
them in front of you, and you ask for a hug, and they come back to you.
And then shit.
One hold them loose. Turn them over and let it go. All right, this is Mom. If you want to give her a hug, hold on. Cross the rods all the way and touch her shoulder. Go ahead, keep crossing. Go all the way, give her a hug.
Vice Chairman.
Oh, there we go. There you go.
Arm to arm.
Up on your
Put the other one. Put the one in her right hand on her shoulder.
Move it
There
over.
you go.
There. Yes.
Yeah.
Hug. Thanks, Mom.
It's wild, man. It's
That
wild.
was nice.
Thanks.
You want to say hello? What?
Hi.
Are there any children here? What's up? Yeah. That's not a nice thing to say. Not as bad as what they said about all of it.
Hi.
What's your name?
Get out.
Okay, like I haven't heard that a million times. Too bad we can't stay.
What's the name on the gravestone?
Wow. I didn't even realize that. The name of the cemetery.
Yeah.
Who's the pretty blonde?
That's not nice.
Yep.
What's my name?
Steve.
No. I've been out here a lot. Tell me your name. Where are you? Hello? A few what?
Take what?
Is there anybody over here with us?
Takes the same name.
Who's here?
Theo.
The Beatles?
Theo or Theo?
Theo? Is that the right name, Theo?
Do you remember us? Do you remember us from last time?
George.
Remember our name?
Do you remember scaring me?
Five, Woman, you ain't coming home with me.
What? Did it say if I'm living? Wow, that's crazy.
I say, no, take that back.
Who are we speaking with? Can you tell me your name? Do you want to say your name?
Do you know anybody out here?
The cop.
Who are we talking to? You don't want to tell her?
I want to talk to anybody in the room.